Good morning, everyone. It's morning time out in the desert. We'll get started right away. I've got coffee. Whoop, there she is again. Here's your coffee. There you go. So, cheers. And I made that sound because this is going to be a non-edited video, yeah. We're going to be moving out of the desert, and I have a few things that I want to do. I want to go into town, and I won't have as much time to edit a video, so this is going to be non-edited. Yeah, you liked the last one, so here we go. We've been out in the desert for 10 days. Well, we were 2 days in Phoenix, so 10 minus 2 is 8. We've been in the desert for 8 days. It's a big difference out here. It really is dry. We're off season right now, so there's other little issues that we've had to deal with. We're very isolated out here on BLM land because it is off season and there's not many other people here. If they are, you can see way off, maybe another rig. You can see the outline of it, but we've, Paul and I and Abby have been out here alone. So I'll discuss that. The little issues of being off season. One is the heat. It still gets very warm during the day, and we don't have shade. So that makes a big difference. We did go into Phoenix, and it was actually a few degrees warmer in Phoenix, but the issue was we could find shade and park there. Shade makes a big difference. It could cool down sometimes, I don't know how many degrees, but it's definitely a lot cooler being in the shade. And then another thing too is the isolation out here being off season means that there's going to be more critters roaming around checking us out, like, why are you here? We've had a few incidences with coyotes. Well, we looked up coyotes, habits of coyotes. You all gave really good suggestions and information in the comments. Thank you all so much for that. And then a couple of family members gave us some information that they knew about coyotes. And so it's all really interesting. I was told that there are no known cases where coyotes attacked a human being. We're too large for coyotes, I believe. So, but Abby definitely was up for grabs. And what they can do is take a dog, if they're larger, a small dog they will eat. I know, sad. But a larger dog they will take captive. And I find that fascinating. Like, what do they do with them? I mean, Abby looks so different than a coyote. She's got this curly black hair, and she's pretty hairy. And she's big. She's bigger than the coyote. She stands taller. Why, what would they do with her? I don't know. But at night, we've been putting her into Paul's rig, her home, and putting her in early. So, yeah. Now, last night, we made a little fire. We had a few pieces of wood left, so we made a fire and we sat out. And as soon as we went to our rigs, Paul texted me and said, there's a coyote walking right by his door, the driver's door. And I'm like, we'd only been in our rig like 3 minutes. So they're really watching us. So that's one of the things to deal with when you're off season. You're going to be out here isolated in the desert, and yeah, you're going to be dealing with things that you wouldn't, if this area, BLM land, which in 3 months is going to be packed with RVers, Class A's, Class B's, Class C's, tents, sprinters and everything. The coyotes are going to be out, and they're going to sort of leave the area a little bit, but right now, we're just out here being watched by those coyotes, And so I don't fear for me, but it can be unnerving. Oh, sure. It's a wild animal. It's nature out here. Well, I did look up coyotes. I just want to share what I found. Coyotes can live 10 to 14 years. It's like a canine. They can live that long, sometimes 20 years. How do they get water out here if there's not much water in the desert? Well, they're omnivores and they eat both plant and animal. And they don't require a lot of water to survive in the first place. And they, let's see, oop, there's that. I can't edit this out. Let's see, what else do they do? Oh, crap. Okay, let's go. I just will move on here. Another problem is the flies. Oh my gosh. I mean, I can handle a coyote coming into camp, yeah, but the flies, I wanted to leave my door open, and I had a nice netting, mosquito netting that I put on my sliding door. Because it's hot in here and you just don't want to sit outside all the time or even in the tent all the time. So I'd sit in here and whatever I was doing. Since I went to Phoenix, I can't find it. Okay, I've looked everywhere. I still don't know what I did with it. But I hope I didn't throw it away. I'll have to get another netting. Well, the flies were so annoying. They were just hanging out, and Paul would leave his windows open or his door, like 20 flies in here, trying to get in here. Well, we went into town and we bought some fly paper. Well, that was interesting. I think I got my hair caught on, I hung fly paper. I think I got my hair caught up in it. I was like, ooh, yeah. I only caught 2 flies on it. Yeah, it didn't, that sounds gross. When my hair got on it, there weren't the flies on it. So, yeah. I can't stand flies, and even Abby, she can't stand them. She'll just make signs like, I want to go in, but they were in. They were also in and out. So, I mean, you can't just bug spray a fly. They're flying around, and anyways, the flies. I said yesterday, let's go someplace else. The flies are driving me insane right now. So I think what's happening is we're unusual out here because it's off season, and they sense that there might be food around or something like that. And they're just hanging around. They're just annoying us. And so I'm ready to go. I can handle the coyotes, but not the flies. Now, Paul, 2 days ago saw a kit fox. He said, oh, it was so adorable, so attractive. And it was, in the night, it was sitting right out here. And looking right up at his rig. And yeah, so I didn't get to see that, but they eat a lot of mice. So they help keep the mice population down. So that's pretty good. Let's see how many minutes we got here. I'm not editing this. Oh my gosh. So you seeing me, unplugged and raw here. Cheers. Okay, so what else? I wrote some notes because I knew it was going to be unedited. Exercise. Oh, I have come to realize that, y'all know, if you've been watching me, I love to exercise. I love to stay in shape. I love to keep good muscle tone going, and it just makes me feel good. I like to stretch. It gives me energy. I like to look good. Blah, blah, blah. Even though I'm a nomad, I still want to really take care of myself. I want to dress nice. I want my hair to look cool. I want to, feel good about myself. And just because we're nomads, if you're out there, just because we're nomads, that doesn't mean that we're retired now and we don't have to look nice. I never feel that way. I don't dress nice for other people per se. I kind of dress nice or keep my appearance up. I do it for me because it makes me feel better. It makes me feel more confident and all those things. So back to the exercise. I have noticed that there are certain areas where I go, whether it's city life or maybe, this summer was the beach life, out on the coast, hanging out on the beaches. Now I'm in the desert. and I might be in a city where I'm actually kind of nestled, that urban nestling that I talk about, where I've kind of nestled into the city for the long haul. Maybe for a couple months I'm going to stay. Well, all these different areas have either good or bad qualities for exercising. And I have found that the desert, it's not really conducive for a lot of exercising. Now, in past days when I have been in the desert and it's been during the season where everybody's out here, I tend to walk a little bit more out here. But because we're isolated out here, I haven't walked as much. So the walking has really calmed down. Now, I did get the blow-up mattress. You saw that if you follow my videos the last 3 or 4. I got a blow-up mattress with one of those air pumps. And I was pulling it out and putting it here on my tarp and getting my stretching done. Well, last couple of days I haven't even done that. So maybe because it's out in the sun, it's just out in the elements so much. I kind of miss trees to kind of maybe put a blanket down under a tree and I can do that. Yeah, so the desert is not, for me personally, the best place to get a lot of exercise. And that, I think that's one of the reasons, like, well, let's move on to another area and let's see how I can do there, get my walking in. Because it doesn't feel good not to get my walking in. It just, yeah, it doesn't, it's just not conducive for me being a real optimistic, happy person. I like to get my steps in and I like to stretch and things like that. So, but I have kind of looked at it. Where do I exercise the most? For me personally, when I was in Reno, I exercised the most. I had the most awesome park to go to every day while I was there. It had a wonderful path to walk around. It had grass. It had trees, so I get my slack line up. Oh, yeah. And another area was Tucson. When I'm in Tucson, I get so much exercising done. I have a path that I get my walking done, and I can get it done first thing in the morning. I get that done. I can do my slack line. I can lay out a blanket and get my stretching done. I think it just seemed to happen in Tucson and Reno. It happened every single day. I got my exercising done, but here it's not so much. Yeah, I'm kind of like tired of the desert right now. Now, when I was at the beach was not conducive for so much stretching and laying. I found when I put a blanket out and I laid on the sand, well, sometimes it would kick up into my face. It would get in my hair. Yeah, so the beach was not so conducive for stretching and getting floor exercises, things like that, but it sure was good for walking. I got most of my exercise when I was on the coast, California coast. That was walking on the beach. So good for your legs, your ankles, your feet. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my feet are still tanned. I still have a good tan. How many people have tans on their feet? Well, unless you're out on the coast or you hang out in pools or or the ocean, yeah, or the lakes, yeah. My feet are tanned. They still are. I still have kind of I still have a tan going on, a little bronzing going on. Yeah. Now here it has been, I mentioned it has been getting warmer. Oh my gosh. I mean, it gets up to like, this week it's going to get up to 85 degrees, which means that inside my rig, excuse me, I'm not going to edit this out, so it's going to get up to like 100 degrees inside the rig. Yeah. No. So we're going, and I'm not going to tell you where we're going, but it's beautiful. And we're going to go there, and we're going to start packing things up today. So I wanted to get this out for you. Okay, so back to exercise. I just want to put it out there how important, and it's never too late to start an exercise program for yourself that coincides with your level of ability. Yeah. Now, Max, we all know Max. Hey, Max. A good friend, and I've met her too, and her name's Charlene, and she fell about a week ago, and she lives in, I think it's Class B, high top, and she fell. She fell sideways. She fell on her left arm, and she literally broke. She didn't do a hairline fracture or crack it. She broke it. Her humerus up near where the shoulder is, probably about like right there. Unbelievable. Well, there is so much she can't do. Max was right there with her. I love Max. He's right there with her. He took her to the emergency room, stayed with her, just helped her out for 2 or 3 days, but then he had to go. So it can take you out of the game. And what is she going to do now? She needs so much help. She can't use this at all. She's in a cast. She's in a sling. She can't, I don't know. I'm sure that exercise will help this if you're very exercised and you have good muscle structure, because what happens, and I don't know if this is the case for that, but I'm going to mention for other areas and other types of breaks or sprains, the muscles is what protects our bones. We have to remember that. And I know it seems so simple. It's simple information. Oh, yeah. Well, of course. But a lot of people, don't really. So I'm just reminding you that that's what the muscles are for. Well, it's to help, like us move. But one of the great benefits of muscles is it protects our bones. And if we're seniors, and there's a lot of young people watching this, so listen and learn, young people, that you need to keep the muscle structures going, and you need to get to a gym and start building some muscles, because once you build muscle, I will mention this, side note, once you build muscle, your body will never forget. One of the advantages I have is that it was around my 40s. They say that's a good age to really pump it up for older age. I rode my bike all over Tucson. On the streets. I can't believe how brave I was, but I did. And I would just get over in the turn lane. I would turn. I would move my bike through traffic, my bicycle. Yeah. Well, I also worked out at Gold Gym. I did. And I actually had a trainer. I was really into it, Not for a long haul, but I had a trainer for about 2 months, because I would meet with her and she really pushed me and she showed me how to work out. So a lot that I learned using weights and machines is from her. She, you don't forget those things. But my body didn't forget either, because when I was 40, I worked out. And then I kind of moved to where there was a period where I didn't so much, but now I'm kind of wanting to work out, Planet Fitness. My body just got right back into it again, and I started building muscle. And so I've been working on my free weights, but you want to work out. If you're in your 30s, 20s, 30s, 40s, work out. Is really, start building. Build yourself some muscle, because when you're building it for life. Even if it goes down a little bit, it remembers and it'll pump back up again. Yes. But it's going to protect your bones and the arteries and the nerves in there. You want to keep those contained. You don't want to be falling. You don't want to twist your ankle. You don't want to break a toe. You don't want to break your whatever. You don't want to break them. And being out here as a nomad, it can happen. Oh, yeah. Let me see what time we got. It can happen. So I walk out here, and they're not big rocks. They're like, sometimes they're little stones. There's a nice bed of stones where I like to park. I don't like to park where it's all just bare dirt, because when you walk, it goes poof, poof, and you can see dust it's kind of moving up like Linus on Peanuts, when he walks, dust kind of yeah. I don't like that. So I like to go where there's a nice bed of stones, I should say. But there are bigger rocks, and some of them are only about that big. And my foot kind of twists on them sometimes. And I think I've got good balance. But it does happen even to me. But my ankles do not strain or twist because I actually move my ankles. I got socks on, by the way. It's kind of cold this morning. But it's going to get up to like 85, 87 today. But I rotate my ankles. I stretch. I move around a lot. And yeah. But what if you don't and your foot goes down and you can't really move your foot? It doesn't move very well. Like mine moves like that. But if your foot doesn't, let me see, it doesn't really, because your ankle is too tight. You haven't stretched it out. So if you're going to stretch it out, don't just go, oh, I need to stretch it. You need to go slow. So you need to get on a stretching program, everybody, if you're going to be a nomad and get ready for the desert out here. I'm telling you, it's pretty raw out here. On BLM land, it's raw, and you want to be healthy. You don't want to get injured. It takes you out of the game. I feel bad for Charlene. I mean, she needs so much help, and she's having to ask people for help now, and which is fine. It's a good community, but sometimes people, they move around. They don't want to just stay in one spot, and she'll have to continually be asking other people, new people that might come in and park, like, can you help me? Can you help me? Yeah. You don't want to do that. So Charlene, I hope that you're getting all the help that you need. And know she's got pets too, so oops. Okay, unedited. This is a raw, unplugged video, yeah. There's a hair. I combed my hair in here. That's one of the reasons. Oh, there's a hair there. It's one of the reasons I don't like to do it in my van. But, yeah. But it was dark when I woke up, and there's coyotes out there. Woo! Don't want to go out there too far. And my side bins that I keep right here, I've been keeping them out. Now, before I leave, I do want to clean them out. I'm praying that nothing crawled inside of them. I know. Yeah, there are things out here, but it's the desert. And I did mention about the poisonous things. The one thing I didn't mention on the poisonous things are you don't pronounce it, Gila monsters. They are real. I've never seen one, but they are real. Yeah. And they can be fatal. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not just the bark spider, bark scorpion. I keep saying that, bark scorpion. It's not just that, or the rattlesnakes. And they're hibernating right now, I guess. Although in the afternoon it does get warm, so who knows. But yeah, I'll be anxious to come back to the desert when it's the season. Cheers to the season of being in the desert. But it was fun out here. But we're going north. Now I do plan on spending a lot of time in Tucson coming up. Yeah. For the holidays. Gotta have the holiday. Holiday. Remember the song Holiday, Madonna? Holiday. Okay, I'm gonna sing. Oh my gosh. Celebrate. Okay. Let's see. What else did I want to talk about? Well, let's continue with the exercise. Exercising, walking, yeah. You want to be able to stretch. You need to stretch, everybody. So if you're thinking about becoming a nomad, or you already are a nomad, I'm telling you, you need to be stretching. If you are thinking about it, get on an exercise program. If you're a little overweight, you're gonna, as a nomad, I see it all the time. If you're nomad and you had a little bit of girth on you, a little bit of extra weight on you, within like 6-7 months, you are going to take off weight. You just are. I am always moving around in my rig. I'm reaching, but I didn't do that as much when I lived in a house. Well, I did. I moved around a lot because I'm a very active-minded person, but I do feel that I moved around a lot more once I moved into my minivan. You're just always stretching and reaching for something. You're always doing something. And you always want to get out of here. So you don't want to just be stuck in this small, I don't even know how many square feet. What is this, like, square feet? I don't know. What, 3x3 or something? I don't know. I'm in this 3x3 area, but yeah. You want to get out of it. You don't want to just sit here all the time. You want to get out and move around. So, what kind of time? Oh, it's getting towards that time. I don't want it to be too long. But do stretch. You need to stretch. Get in a stretching program. And let me sit up here. My legs are getting a little tight. Okay, yeah. And it's been a couple days since I've stretched, actually. So I need to get stretching today. But today we're going into town. We're going to take down the tent. We're going to, take up our tarps, kind of get things kind of cleaned up and go into town. And there's things I need to do in there to get ready for another trip. Well, so today I do need to get some stretching going. I think that would be good to do. And you want to take care of it. Take care of your body. I did write down some okay, I'll read these to you. How to be happy. Happy people have these qualities. So let's go over them. You're optimistic. If you want to be happy, be optimistic. That no matter what happens, you can see the good in what will come from it. You're positive about things. So you have an optimistic outlook. You don't look at things very negatively. So, number 2, focus on what you can control. If you were stuck out here and in the desert, you can't really control. You're just out here. Well, you can control. I'm going to take control and I'm going to leave here. Yeah, for the time being. Yeah. But know what you can do. Look at your good qualities and you can control those areas of your life and make you happy. Be happy. Okay. I can't edit that out. Okay, you're seeing the real thing. Okay. Self-acceptance. Don't compare yourself with others. You just accept you for who you are. And if you don't like exactly some qualities about yourself, well, start working on changing them. Catch yourself when you're doing certain things or saying certain things and switch it up. Like I say, if you say, well, that was a stupid thing to do. You're talking to yourself, the self-talk. No, switch it up. Say, well, I'm very intelligent and, sometimes I make mistakes, but that's okay. But don't put yourself down. Don't ever put yourself down. Be kind to others. Yes, like Max and Paul is so very kind to other people. And Max, he wants to be so helpful. And Max is a very happy person. I will mention on the losing weight, I see Max and it's like, wow, his whole body is sort of transforming. Paul lost a lot of weight too when he became a nomad. Things kind of shed off. You want to replace it though. You want to replace it with muscle. You need to work out and replace it. Okay, back to being happy. I'm all over the place, huh? Pursue your goals. Have a purpose. That's how you be happy. Pursue your goals. And what are your goals? Write your goals down. I've got my Nomad vision board here. Write down your goals and look at them. Make new goals as you go, Have goals and have a purpose. Even if you're nomad or you're retired and you think, well, I don't have to do this because I'm retired, no. Keep going, everybody. Keep going. You still have more purpose to do. And you don't want to just let yourself go either just because you're retired. Get up and do all the things that you need to do to improve your life and look look good. And just because you're a nomad doesn't mean you have to walk around, with, dirty clothes, stuff like that. Now, if you want to, go ahead, but I just don't think that's necessary. Okay. Forgiveness. Ooh, that's a big one. How hard is it sometimes to forgive, especially when they're family members or you're really close friends? Yeah, it can be really hard to do. I know. There's a couple of people I still work on, family members I still work on. Yeah, it's hard, but it's good to do it and forgive others and don't hold a grudge. I rarely hold a grudge, although with a couple of people I seem to want to hold a grudge. But let me switch that out. I am willing to let it go. There we go. We got to do self-talk, positive talk. I do not hold grudges. I do not hold any grudges. And I totally forgive everybody in my life. There you go. I switched that around. It's a good thing to do. Be forgiving. Oh. I was like, oh, there's an animal out there. It's Abby. Let's see if we can see her out there. Where is she? There she is. There she blows. You know what? She's waiting for me to come out of my minivan. She just sits out there and waits for me to come out. So I guess we better wrap this up so I can get out there and see her. Okay. Stay socially connected. I think, I do consider you out there. You're my friends, and I want to stay connected with you. Leave comments so I can go on Facebook. Stay connected with me. You can message me. I will answer you, and you have a little bit more access to me in my Facebook group, Minivan Leads This Nomad Life. So let's all stay connected. And, some of you, I really feel like, wow, we are really close. There are some people say, oh, Facebook. No, you're not faking it all out there. You're real out there. You are my friends out there. And I think we've come to realize that. People used to say the notion was, oh, Facebook, you fake friends or whatever. You know what? No. And I'm going to meet some of you coming up at the oh, there's my phone. Oh, let's see. Let's see what this says. Daily summary. It's currently 54 degrees. It's clear today, high of 82. Oh, that's not too bad for today. That's why we're leaving tomorrow. And it's clear throughout the day. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I use dark sky. And then let's get back to this. The last one is make your health a priority. You want to prioritize your health. I didn't say that properly, but I'm not going to edit out. Prioritize your health. Yes, that's what you need to do. Well, as you can see, I'm wiggling, so I got to go pee. And I can't edit this out. So I'm going to say goodbye so I can go pee. And I'm going to upload this just as it is. Yes. Snafus and all. Cheers. Whoop, whoop. There we go. Boop, boop. Yes, I can be very silly sometimes. Okay, well, I got to go because I got to go pee. I love you guys. And my next video, I'll show you where I am. Okay? Love you. Please subscribe. Oh, yeah.